All right, 7th question. Why did blacks continue to live in the South in the early 20th century, even with the threat of white supremacy and Jim Crow?
I'm out here in the public and have my sign out here. Anybody want to try to win $40 cash to answer one of my history questions? Hey, I've taken all takers. Thank you. Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Dawn Marie.
Dawn Marie. All right. I'm King T.
King T.
Little rhyme, Dawn Marie, King T.
You can call me DM if it's easier, whatever works.
Okay. I like Dawn Marie. That's sweet.
Yeah, well, thank you. My mom liked it.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, right?
So I have here 8 questions here.
Okay.
You would choose one of the questions.
All right.
I'll let you read it. See if you can answer it. If you do, $40 cash in your hand. If not, we play the video, which gives a lesson. Okay. And learn what you can.
We're gonna learn some things. Okay.
All right. So right here, so from 1 to 8, pick a number.
Okay.
No, right here. Right.
Oh, yeah. All right.
1 to 8.
1 to 8. I'm feeling 7.
Okay. Number 7.
Yeah.
This one. Yeah. All right. So let me see. Number 7. So read that number 7 for the people.
All right, 7th question. Why did blacks continue to live in the South in the early 20th century, even with the threat of white supremacy and Jim Crow? Okay, that's a complicated one, I think.
Okay.
Well, a lot of it was, as an effect of being, emancipated, which was a great thing, but, they were promised land that they weren't given, and then no means with which to make real money, to own real land. And so I think sharecropping became part of that as well. So it's kind of a matter of both
But even with the white supremacy and all the hate, why would they stay? That's the thing. Like, why not go to the north?
I think because it was just so prohibitively expensive to do so, unless I think you already had family there. I know there was a migration northward for quite a few people, but I don't think it was necessarily the case for some folks, especially I couldn't tell you specific states, but I know that Mississippi was particularly awful to its slave population, so I think
why would they stay? That's the problem.
That's a great question. I mean, I think part of it is that, I mean, I'm a Californian. I've lived here my whole life, and it's hard sometimes to stay here because everything's so pricey, everything's expensitive. But this is home. This is.
But you don't have anybody coming at your house trying to take you and your family.
Absolutely true.
Why would they stay?
That's the question.
Right.
I think a lot of it. I mean, again, I can't speak to their experience, obviously, but I think again, if you worked on a land, if you literally bled on it, I think there's. I think that creates a connection that runs really deep. Okay. So I think maybe that was part of it. Maybe it's like, well, this is just as much mine as it's anybody else's. Like, I worked and I sweated and I.
Because there were even a lot of people just wandering around. They had nothing, but they didn't go to north. They stayed. Like, why would they stay?
I don't know. Maybe they figured. Maybe another part of it too was that, they were used to, working in farmland, and of course in the north there weren't as many farm-related jobs. It was more factories. Maybe they were worried that they didn't have the skills, or I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that. But
well, let's listen to the clip.
Okay, yeah, let's listen to the clip. I'm very, very interested to hear what I did or did not get right.
In the early 1920s, there were northern blacks criticizing southern blacks for living in the South, subjecting themselves and their families to white supremacy.
George Schuyler was a prominent northern journalist who believed much of the disparaging propaganda about the South, about what race relations were like in the South. That is until he himself toured the South in the mid-1920s.
1925, 1926. George Schuyler takes an 8-month journey through the South, reporting for the Pittsburgh Courier.
One of the most influential privately owned enterprises is the Pittsburgh Courier, largest Negro newspaper in America with a circulation over 300,000.
He went into the black sections of cities and towns, and he would talk to the leaders, the business people, the school superintendents, the principals. The black community, in spite of segregation, was working through their own efforts, collaborating and improving their own status.
The largest business organization in the South, owned and operated by Negroes, is the North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance Company of Durham. Another evidence of economic progress is the number of insurance companies owned and operated by members of the race. Another field that has been rapidly expanding is the savings and loan business. There are 27 Negro-managed savings and loan associations negotiations in America. It would be difficult to name a business or profession in which the Negro has failed to find opportunity.
All these Black Wall Streets that existed all over the South that we read about today, George Schuyler visited those places and knew them firsthand.
Okay.
What'd you think?
That's certainly something I had not heard before.
Yeah. If anything, we've heard the opposite.
Pretty much. I mean, that's just, I think, a testament to the fact that we're not really, like you said, not being taught more nuanced.
Right.